Representations of teenage girls in the media is usually about being flawless, perfect, and popular, and this stereotype of the perfect teenage girl is transferred into media types like movies, where you see the exaggerated version of the stereotype and how all other girls not in that stereotype or in the popular group are still looking up to these girls and wanting to be like them because they're seen as cool and just being perfect, so they feel acting like them and being like what they see in other media types like magazines is the way to gain high social status and be cool. The first movie is Mean Girls. In this clip you can see that it is expected that to be part of a certain group and to be popular you have to follow what everyone else in the group does and become the stereotypical perfect teenage girl. You all have to conform to one another so that you all become one group that is identified together. This clip shows that they are not only dressing in the same colour and have perfectly done makeup and hair, but they are also thinking the same. Kitty then wants to be able to fit in, so goes and finds something pink so that she is able to be part of this group. In the group they make sure that everything is run by one another so that everyone has the same opinion. This is due to the fact that they don't want to do or say anything that may make them unpopular and be the odd one out. This clip shows the stereotypical teenage girl who is popular, looking, and perfect, and seeming to have everything. It also shows her being really rich, and you can see this by the car she is driving. This clip also shows how teenage girls who are not necessarily thought of to be popular look up to the girls that look perfect because they seem to have it all together and are so glamorous, and they feel that if they look up to them and act like them, then they could end up being the stereotypical perfect girl. In this scene you can see that they are actually insecure about the way they look, and even though they are seen as the most popular girls in school and is viewed as perfect, they are still worried about how they look and feel they aren't good enough. Even though they feel these things are wrong on their body and so clearly don't think they're perfect, they still feel they can judge others by writing comments about them in their burn book. All the media that shows girls being flawless and perfect causes insecurity and adds they have perfect skin, hair, makeup and clothes, and so other teenage girls look at these and feel that to be popular they must then act and dress like the girls they see because they are what it means to be perfect. This clip is showing how the stereotypical teenage girl is very insecure about themselves and being who they are. So even though they may be sick of being pushed around and being told what to do by the leader, they are too afraid of leaving the group because they know people see them as popular and perfect and don't want to lose their social status. However, in not wanting to lose their social status, they lose themselves and are never being respected or have their view being appreciated. The stereotypical girl knows that people want to be like them and look at them like they are someone amazing and they want to be talked about because then they are just more popular. The second movie is The Clique. This is showing how the stereotypical unpopular girl wants to fit in and she feels that the way to do this is by wearing the right clothes and conforming to what others in the town view as cool. Claire says that Messi looks like she just stepped out of a magazine and this is why she feels she needs to dress a certain way because since Messi dresses and looks like the girls in magazines, she feels that this is what the perfect girl is and what is seen as popular, so she wants to fit into that stereotype of the perfect teenage girl. Clip is showing how teenage girls are always being pressured to look a certain way and live up to the expectations of the perfect teenage girl, and that means looking a certain way. It is showing you how you're always getting judged and forced to be a certain shape and size, and in this clip it is showing how even a mother is pressuring her daughter to be skinnier as a size 6 is too big in her eyes and she won't buy her the pants until she is a 4. This clip is showing how everyone in a part of this popular group of stereotypical teenage girls are all the same, having to conform to one another and all wear the same style of clothing and designer brands because that is what makes them popular and fit in. Another main factor of being the perfect teenage girl that is shown in this clip is being rich. You can see that they all come out of massive houses and have a driver taking them to school and are all wearing high-end expensive designers. Another thing that this clip is showing is how there is always pressure to be looking a certain way and dress a certain way, otherwise they get judged by their so-called friends. In this clip you see Messi rating each girl's outfit as they get into the car, and then when one of them turns up wearing track pants, you see her saying she is going to call the fashion police, and suddenly just because of what she is wearing she is thought of as uncool. In this clip, you can see that for Claire to fit in, she must conform to the others' dress sense and how they present themselves with hair and makeup. As you can see, all the girls in this clip are all wearing high-end clothing and their makeup is applied perfectly, and they always have lip gloss on and have their hair curled perfectly. By the other girls buying Claire clothes like them, they are saying that she needs to look like them and act all the same to be a part of this group. They are also saying that this makeup and dressing and looking perfectly will allow her to become popular like them. They are all conforming to one stereotype of the perfect teenage girl that is found in most media types, e.g. magazines, where you see all this high-end clothing and airbrushed flawless skin, and all these girls being happy and popular, so they feel that if they act and look like these girls, they then will be just as cool as them. The third movie is Bring It On, All or Nothing. In this scene, you see the stereotypical popular American teenage girl who is here cheerleader and has perfect hair and makeup. In this scene, they take a photo of themselves to check to see if their lip gloss is okay, and then you see her commenting on how she looks. This is showing how she feels she has to be perfect and looking her best all the time. You also see in the scenario that having a certain status, like the head cheerleader, makes her one of the most popular girls in school, and them wearing the cheerleading uniforms so that people know. This scene also shows how there is competition to be the most popular girl by others, and this is seen when one of the other girls brings up how she lost being cheerleading captain to her, and it shows how she wants to be at the top of the social tree. In this clip, you can see how teenage girls are always being judged by the way they look and are never seen as looking good enough. In this clip, Winnie is saying how Brianna is overweight and too fat to be a cheerleader, when this is not true at all, and she is definitely not fat. But because she is not skinny, she doesn't fit the stereotype of the perfect teenage girl by having the right size body. Winnie also says that Pacific Vista has never had a fat cheerleader. This is also enforcing how if you want to be part of a certain group, you must conform to look like everyone else in that group, otherwise you are not good enough. Another thing that this clip is showing is how even though they are at training for cheerleading, they still feel it is necessary to look as perfect as possible with their perfect makeup, hair, and they also have lip gloss on. You can also see that these girls are still trying to dress in a cool way and have their tops matching their shorts so that they can still be looking good while working out, as they are so concerned with looking a certain way. Even though this clip is short, it shows a stereotype of the perfect teenage girl. It is shown when the mother says you're smart, pretty, and blonde, so because of all this, she'll make lots of friends. However, the girl says that she is a senior and her boyfriend is a quarterback, and she is a cheerleader, so she doesn't want to move towns because these are all the things that make up what is perfect. She feels that having and being these things is what makes up the perfect life, therefore is the perfect girl to fit the stereotype.